A justice-seeking journey of thousands of miles for the surviving members of a Pakistani family who endured a CIA drone attack has culminated in their testimony in front of US congressmen. The strike killed their grandmother but failed to hit any militants. So the victims of the bombing asked lawmakers why their home was targeted in the first place. RT's Gayane Chichyakyan was at the briefing.
This was the first time actual victims of U.S. drone strikes were in Congress. And apart from the congressman who initiated this briefing, I saw only 4 other members of Congress. It's no secret the U.S. Congress generally approves of drone strikes. So it's very difficult to expect a sudden change of heart, even though heart was what these drone victims were appealing to. On October 24th of last year, a U.S. drone strike left this Pakistani family devastated. The 9-year-old girl and her 13-year-old brother nearly escaped death that day. Their 67-year-old grandmother was killed while picking vegetables in the garden.
I no longer love blue skies. I prefer gray skies. The drones do not fly when the skies are gray, and for a short period of time, the mental tension and fear eases. But when the sky brightens, the drones return, and so does the fear.
You know, this family has never been abroad out of their home in North Waziristan, and the father of this family said he looked at the life around here in D.C. He wished his children, too, would be able to walk the streets, not afraid of being bombed at any moment.
My mother was killed, my children were injured. I'm so glad that people are going to hear our story. That's why we came to America. We have no idea why our village and my house was targeted.
The family came to Washington, of course, hoping to get answers to why they have to live in fear every day.
I have no idea why my grandmother was killed. When the drone hit, I was outside with my grandmother. Everything became dark. I was scared, so I started to run. Then I noticed my hand was bleeding, so I tried to clean my hand, but blood kept coming out. But I was very scared, so I just kept running.
We also learned that the U.S. government did not grant visa to the lawyer of this family, a prominent Pakistani lawyer who has sued the CIA in the past on behalf of the victims of drone strikes in Pakistan.
450,000 population of whole North Waziristan is actually living in a concentration camp where they are being picked on the basis of what kind of clothes they wear, if someone has long beard or someone is driving an SUV, and this is how they're being targeted, and at the same time they're not really in a position to leave the area.
The purpose of this briefing was to put a human face to drone strikes. There's a sure chance that in Congress the tragedy of this family will fall on deaf ears, but there's hope that the public will take notice. In Washington, I'm Gayane Chichyakyan.
Being one of the toughest opponents of America's drone warfare, US House of Representatives member Alan Grayson is the man behind the visit of the Rehman family to his country. Speaking to RT, he said he believes the Pakistani army is completely capable of handling militants itself.
Pakistan is the 3rd largest recipient of military aid from the United States, and year after year receives approximately $1 billion in aid. You ask yourself, why are we doing this when there are alternative means that come nowhere close to doing this kind of harm to innocence and inflaming of foreign public opinion? For instance, given the fact that we are giving $1 billion a year to Pakistan, why don't we have the Pakistani army arrest the 100 or 200 or even 500 militants that we believe could possibly one day pose some kind of threat to the United States?